Hello, I'm Janna, and welcome back to the Crafty Corner. So today we're gonna have some fun with some Halloween themed crafts. And that would be making potions, but not just any potions. We're gonna be starting off with this. Oh, what is that? That's a box. That is a purple and pink box. Wait a minute. This is not remotely looking like Tim Holtz stuff. Don't worry, we will get to all things Tim Holtz, but we're going to start our potion making adventure here. This is a craft kit that I found on Amazon. We're going to try making these as directed in the box before diving into all things Tim Holtz. So, let's head over to the Crafty Corner. So to begin, we're pulling in a pre-made potions kit. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is not Tim Holtz. This is nothing that looks like Tim Holtz, and I am not so sure about this, but here we go. So Halloween is a time to be making potions. And this is a potions kit that I found on Amazon. And I gotta say, this doesn't really say Halloween to me, but it's still supposed to be potions, I guess? Let's go ahead and see what we have in the box. Okay, all that pink and purple, that's a little bit much. Let's see what's in the box. Okay, another box. Not helpful. So, let's see what's in this box. Oh my word, there's glitter all over the outside of this. I like glitter, preferably distressed glitter. Oh boy. Opening the second box. What have we got? Okay. I'm beyond words. Way out of my comfort zone, but that's okay. So first in the box we have got some potion stickers. Okay. Very plasticky, very cutesy, and very pink. All right, let's set that aside. And we've got some instructions. Make your own magic potions. Okay, well, the witch is pretty cool. I'm starting to get a little bit more of a more vintage vibe. Let's see what else is in the box. Okay. Oh, well, these at least kind of look familiar. We've got potion bottles, but they are plastic. Okay, well, admittedly, this is for kids, but okay, the shape is good. We've got quite a few, so that's not a bad thing. Let's put those down off to the side. Those are basic, but we need bottles in order to make potion, so okay. Let's see, over here we've got some different shaped bottles. We've got like a little heart. That's kind of neat. And then these, ooh, I do like the shape of that one. That is pretty nifty. All right, so we're just setting all of the bottles off to the side. Let's see what else is in here. Corks, all right, back on familiar territory. Corks are good. And what do we have here? Funnel, could be useful. But I don't recall ever using a funnel while doing Idea-ology, but okay. Oh, this is kind of nifty. We've got some faux plant life. That could be interesting. Maybe we can give our potions a little bit of a darker twist. Let's see. Got a little bit of cord. Okay, sure. A sequin mix that I can't really make heads nor tails out of. There's trees in here and leaves. Okay, what's with the cherubs? Why are there cherubs? Butterflies, Christmas trees. More Valentine's Day stuff. Okay, I guess maybe a love potion, perhaps? Stars, circle confetti, snowflake, a green snowflake? Okay. Pink snowflake, more butterflies, more trees. Yeah, that is a very eclectic mix of sequins. I'm not really seeing a theme or a rhyme or reason to them, but okay. There's definitely a lot, so points for quantity, I suppose. All right, so let's put that mess off to the side. Okay, this might be a little dish maybe to mix stuff in. Let's see. We've got a couple of spoons. Okay, I approve of the spoons. They are black. Very good. And we've got some glitter. We've got a pink, a gold, and a silver. I guess. And over here we've got, oh, okay, I kind of like the golden butterflies, and we've got, oh, are those resin flowers? Those look like a miniature version of the Idea-ology ones. Interesting. And a couple of unicorn horns, and heart charms. Okay, kind of neat. I bet I could, no, we're going to use the potions kit as is first. We'll embellish later. Those are neat. Okay, we've got some crushed colored stone. Purple crushed colored stone. Maybe that's glass. More potion bottles. Okay. 3 more glitters. Kind of looks like mermaid scales. That's kind of neat. All right. 2 pigment colors. Wait. Why? We've got green and red. How am I supposed to mix purple with green and red? Okay, problem. I need at least my basic primary colors, and we've been given green and red. Okay, I hope I can dilute that to look more pink, maybe? Oh boy. And last but not least, we've got 2 magic wand things. Cute for a kid's kit. Useful? Not really, but cute. Okay, so we're going to be mixing up a couple of potions using the kit exactly as it is. And let's take a quick look at the instructions. So, it tells you exactly what you get in the box. Step 1, start making your potion. Pour the glitter powder into the bowl and stir. Pour the mixture of glitter into the bottle through the funnel, and it will be better to use a fairy wand to stir it in. Okay, so these actually do have a purpose. Interesting. Add items like the flowers, vines, unicorn horns, butterflies, or stones. You can also add pigments to make potions. Add water. Okay. Cap the bottle tightly and shake well. Eek. Anyone say mold? I don't even want to think how that would... Yeah. Okay. That could go rancid over time. Lovely. Or you can even turn this into a unique necklace by using the purple string included. Take out a bottle and attach with string. Interesting. Okay, and then that's it. That's all they give us for instructions. Wow. Okay, we're going to try making a couple of potions exactly by the book, and then we'll go from there. All right. So, bowl. Oh, we get 2 bowls. Ooh, fancy. Bowl. Funnel. 1, 2, and... oh, wait, does that not even stand up? 3 jars. Let's move the rest of this mess off to the side. And we'll zoom in. Getting rid of some of the other mess. Much better. Okay. So, 3 jars, 1 funnel. And now let's add some mixture. Okay. Let's start with a unicorn potion. To do that, we're going to be pulling in this fun purple mixture. Kind of looks like crushed amethyst. I like that. Very cool. And why not add in a dash of this almost purple glitter? Maybe also a sprinkling of the silver glitter. That could give us a very fun unicorn type mix. Now, let's go into our bag of embellishments, and we're going to be pulling out 1 unicorn horn. Okay, the unicorn horns are not too bad. Those are appearing to be resin cast. So let's set that down here. Now let's go ahead and open our bag of purple crystal stone. Okay, kind of cheating. I'm definitely using my Tonics Tim Holtz snips for this. Now, one thing that already hits me already. Once I open this, I don't have a way to reseal it back up. I mean, yeah, I could tape the bag, but it'd be kind of nice to have a Ziploc bag to put extra materials in. All right, anyways, pouring. Good. So we've got that into our mixing bowl. Next, let's go ahead and empty in a little bit of that glitter. If we can open it. There we go. And let's just, oh wow, that glitter flies. That is very staticky. Interesting. So I'm just going to go low over the bowl and tap in some of the glitter. Wow, that is staticky. Staticky. Interesting. Okay, and we'll cap that back up. Note to self, glittering is an outdoor activity. Now let's go in and see how this purple mix does. Just take that, and again, we're going to just tap a bit of that in here. And why not? Let's grab one of our spoons in black and give this a little mix. Okay, that's kind of pretty. It's a sparkly, glittery mix, but look at that static charge. I swear, half my glitter is now on the spoon or the edge of the bowl. That doesn't seem very conducive to making sure this ends up in a bottle. All right. I'm not even sure that's going to fit through the funnel. Nope, that is not going through the funnel. Okay. So, funnel, not particularly useful. So let's go ahead and take our bottle, and we're just going to do our best and scoop this in. Oh my word, that glitter is flying. So taking that and just... Okay, see how the glitter is just, it's completely sticking to the edges of the bottle. It's like, I don't know how you're going to be able to see anything once you get your stuff in the bottle. All right, let's go ahead, put the unicorn horn in, and wow, that's really going to be hidden. Let's try to keep that pressed up against the edge of the jar, and we will add more of this mixture to it. Okay, there's glitter everywhere. I'm not happy. All right, another scoop. Almost there. All right, maybe if we add more of the purple stone, I think I'll just try to add that directly. Good enough. Okay. Good, so we've got the purple stone there. Now let's go ahead and cap that off with one of the corks. All right, taking that and pushing that into the bottle. Okay, and I can barely see the unicorn horn anymore. Kind of can see it, but that glitter just really, it obscures everything. It's not good. All right, so that's attempt number 1. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we add some water. Now, I think I want to go with kind of a butterfly potion. So there's these really cool large butterflies here. And I'd like to try to stick that into one of the jars. So I'm just going to take that. We're going to bend it. I'm going to take it and push it into the jar. I'm probably going to squish it really badly, but okay, well, you know what? Maybe I will stick another couple of butterflies in there. Let's see how that looks. Take another, just folding it in half, and then we're going to just stuff that into the jar. And very slippery plastic. And one more butterfly. Okay, that's kind of cute. I kind of like that. And you know what? Let's just add the rest. Why not? Okay, yeah, I think I like giving it dimension like that. Just like the folding it in half, and then it kind of looks like they're fluttering around maybe. I don't know, more like dead butterflies, but okay. And the last one. Take that, stuff it into the jar. All right, next I'm going to pull in the clean dish. Sort of clean. There's a lot of glitter stuck to it. And we're going to get some water. I'm going to estimate on the water first. We're just going to fill up the little jar so that I won't overfill it later. And we'll just pour that into the container. Okay, good. And let's see here, what can I add to that? You know what, let's try some of the pink glitter. All right, I'm just gonna dump that in there. Okay, also, side note, there's nothing that says that this is eco-friendly, so I'm guessing this is glitter, so microparticles and all that, bad. It would be absolutely amazing if more kits would use the environmentally friendly glitter. One, the plastic stuff gets everywhere and it's staticky and it's not good for the environment. And two, the eco-friendly glitter comes in way more colors and shapes and sizes, and it's definitely prettier than this. So that would be a very awesome thing to see in the future. Okay, let's give that a mix. Whoa, that's... yeah, that's just going to all kind of float on the top. Okay, so we're going to try 1 drop of the colorant and see what happens. Because I'm kind of going for a pink color. Let's see how we do. So swirling that. Okay, it's pink. It's definitely pink, so okay. That works, but I'm still sad. It would have been nice to be able to mix up a purple or have a bright yellow. Just having the 2 colors, it's definitely pretty limiting. So now we're going to bring back our second dish because I don't want to spill. I'm just going to place the little potion bottle there. We're going to use the funnel. And now we're going to pour the mixture into the bottle. Interesting. Most of the glitter didn't even transfer. It's so darn staticky. It doesn't want to move. Okay. Not bad. That's kind of pretty. It's definitely interesting. So let's go ahead and cork that one. All right. Oh, there's a couple sizes of corks in here, so let's use the smaller one. Okay. Pushing that down. All right, that's not too terrible, but again, very, very glittery. Okay. So let's set that one down, and now let's try our green mixture. All right, I'm just going to try to empty out this bowl. Definitely going to have some residue with the silver sparkle, but let's just go with it. And yeah, I'm not using that. I want to use one of the big ones. So taking with the larger ones, and we're going to try to go for kind of a gillyweed type potion. So again, we're going to take some scissors and we're just going to snip off several pieces of this viney imitation plant stuff. All right, and we'll just feed that right into the jar. Just poke that in. That's not bad. Want some more of that. And why not? Let's use the pokey side of the wand. Okay. So that's not a bad base for a gillyweed potion. Now we need some water, and again I'm going to rough measure by just pouring directly into the bottle and then into the bowl. All right. And about that should be good, and we'll just pour that back. And let's see how the green pigment looks. Okay, 1 drop of green. What does that get us? That isn't very bright. I'm kind of surprised, but okay, let's try a few more drops. That's interesting. I wonder if the green isn't as pigmented as the red. Okay, that's a reasonable color. Let's go with that. And we'll just put the cap back on. And let's go ahead and pour. So again, just putting that here and taking the bowl and pouring the glittery sludge. Okay, so that poured in. Now we need a cork. Take that, push it down. Okay, well, that isn't terrible, but the glitter really ruins it for me. Ugh, I'm never gonna get this out of my craft room. That makes me want to cry, but interesting. Okay, so I do like the leafy bits. That part is pretty cool. All right, so to finish these off, we're going to need to pull in our labels. Now, the big question is, are these stickers going to stick? And another question, if I use a pen, will it even write on these? Let's see here. Which one of these labels is the least ick? All right, let's go with the white one. Butterfly kisses and unicorn horn. All right. So I'm betting if I touch it, it's going to smudge pretty badly. So we're going to try not to touch that until later. All right. Let's see. I can stick that right here. Okay. Stick doesn't seem to be terrible. That's a good thing. And yes, it does smudge. So I don't know. Maybe paint pen would work better on this. I'm not sure. Okay. And the butterfly one. Working hard not to touch the writing. It's not terrible. It's just not my usual style. So I'll stick that on here too. Okay. The labels don't fit quite right. Okay, I do not like that at all. That label is just getting mangled. And one more label. Yep, smudges. Okay, so here we have 3 potions made with the kit exactly to the kit's specifications. Now, part 2, we're going to make 3 more potions using some of the materials of the kit, but also grunging them up a bit with some of our Tim Holtz products. You know that I couldn't go a whole video without using something from Tim Holtz. That's impossible. All right, now on to the next round. So we need some bottles. And we need a few elements. So let's see here. I think these flowers would be great. That's going to be for one of them. And we're definitely going to use one of those charms, but we're going to alter it. And I think we're also going to be using a bit of alcohol ink because I want to do a mermaid potion, but I can't get everything colored, so that's been a little bit of a problem. Actually, no, can't be alcohol ink because it's going to be water-based medium, so we're going to need a little bit of distress ink. So we're going to start first with a mermaid-themed potion. So first things first, let's go ahead and pour some water right in here, and we're going to color the water first. So we're still using the plasticky bottles. This is just going to be an alteration of the supplies in the kit before we mix it up in a different way. Okay, and we've got some Mermaid Lagoon. 1 drop, and look at that. We have got a gorgeous blue. Look at that blue. That is what I call blue. That is good. Okay, now on to some of that horrendous glitter. But you know what? It's going to be all right because we're going to be subsidizing a bit of that with some of the good stuff. Okay, so we're just going to take one of the funnels, stick that right into the jar, and we're going to sprinkle in some of the chunkier glitter. Okay, let's see how that goes. Not terrible. Okay, we'll give that a shake. Oh, interesting. Okay, and let's get some of the blue stuff as well. If we're going for a mermaid, let's go mermaid. Okay. Again, we'll have to shake that in. Oh, now we're getting pretty sparkly. Interesting. And now for the good stuff. We've got some beautiful distress glitter here. This does not have static charge. You can sprinkle it and it's not going to flume all over your work surface. Best stuff ever. So, using the non-contaminated side of the spoon, we are going to scoop a bit of that into our jar. Just like that. Okay, good. And we'll just put the lid back on that. And we'll give that a good shake. So all in all, not terrible. We've got a bit of stuff going around in there, but you know what? I kind of want to add a little bit of that plant. Why not? It's going to look kind of like seaweed. So we're going to take that and just push that right in here. And then we're going to need a cork, and let's go ahead and cork that up and give that a good push. Excellent. So here is our mermaid potion. Much better now that we have an actual blue to play with, and the distress glitter, it has a completely different feel and float than the glitters that came with the kit. Definitely liking that a lot more. All right, let's set that one aside. Now we're going to go for a bit of a flowery potion. So first we're going to add our water. Good. And next we're going to add a drop of picked raspberry. This should give us an absolutely gorgeous pink. There we go. See that mixing in. Give it a good swirl. And that is beautiful. Okay. Quite happy with that. Next, we're going to take those little flower pieces and drop them right in. Interesting, those float. Okay, why not? No, if I shake it, they sink. Cool. And the next thing we're going to do will be to add some chunky mica flakes. These are from the Tim Holtz Ranger line, and the mica flakes have a wonderful vintage flair to them. So we're going to take the jar and we're going to scoop some of those mica flakes right into the jar. Okay, that should give us a completely different texture and yet a bit of shimmer. Pretty good. So, got that. Can give it a little shake. And again, we'll need to put a stopper on top of this. All right, let's shake it up. There. That's a bit more interesting. I like that. Kind of looks like we've got rose petals in here. Neat. All right, set that one aside. Now, we're going to bring in our next jar And this one I want to add a charm to on the outside. So first things first, that charm is just too darn shiny. So we're going to take some Distress Crayon Walnut Stain and give it a little bit of grunge. So just smooshing that right onto there, taking our fingers, rubbing that around. There we go. There's the vintage that I was looking for. And gotta do something about the back too. That's just too bright and shiny. All right. Now we're talking vintage, and that's just the way I like it. Okay, good. Next, we're going to add some more water. And this potion is going to become purple. We've got a little bit of Villainous Potion off to the side. What better color to make a potion with than Villainous Potion? Just a little bit more. You know what? Actually, maybe we can use the rest of that purple crystal stuff. All right, 1 drop should do. There we go. Ooh, look at that vibrant purple. That is so good. Give it a little bit of a mix. There we go. Ooh, lovely. And let's see if we can't directly pour in those chunks. Okay, so we're just going to take that. We're going to hold this over the dish and shake it in. Yeah, we might as well just use all of this. That would make the most sense. Okay. Got room for more. All right. Keep shaking that in. There we go. All right. And we got all that purple stuff in here. All right, last but not least, why not? We're going to just add a little bit of that silver glittery stuff. Actually, you know what? No, I can't even bring myself to do it. Back to the Distress Glitter. Nice and safe. And we'll take a little scoop of that. Put that in. Another one. And one more. Good. And let's get a cork. Put that in and shake. There we go. It's kind of chunky and purple, and we've got some of the distressed glitter floating around in there for a subtle glittery shine. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead and create some labels. So for labels, I'm pulling in a set of apothecary labels from Idea-ology. Had these for a while, but they are definitely fun. So let's go ahead and stick those onto the jars. All right, let's see. That'll be a good one right here, like that. And oh my word, look at that. The label fits with very minimal wrinkling. I like that. Much, much better. Okay, and let's see, for that big one, I like that hexagonal one. That's pretty cool. Take that and stick that on here. Very good. Okay, and then for the little mermaid one, let's go with one of the numbered ones. Perfect. Okay. Okay, I like the label on these. That's pretty good. Now, I do want to do one last thing. I did want to add this charm that we grunged to one of the potion bottles. So let's go ahead. We'll just thread this through. I have some jute twine, and that's going to give it definitely a more vintagey vibe. So let's see what we can do. Okay, I'll take that, snip off the extra, and why not? Let's go with this one. Just going to take that and wrap it around. Good. All right. Definitely like that. So with just a little bit of collage medium, that should stay quite nicely. Okay, not bad. We've got our 3 altered potion bottles using a bit of Tim Holtz Ranger and Idea-ology. So, time to turn our attention to full-blown potions using 99.9% all Tim Holtz projects. So, in the meantime, to quote Nerdy Crafter, this goes in the trash. Now, let's make some potions. So, here we go. We have got a tray filled with all sorts of distress goodies, and we're going to make some vintage-inspired potion bottles. So, let's unload our tray and see what we've got. To start with, we have got some glass bottles here. We've got one of the amber ones, and then we have the little apothecary bottles, all Idea-ology. And of course, they come with their own corks. So we'll set those aside first. Then, of course, we have some collage medium, the one and only glue that we need to assemble things. We've got some little squeezers by Sizzix that will help us move things into the bottle. For embellishments and fun, we have got some mummy cloth. That is some of the Halloween Idea-ology. A little strand of jute twine, just a little bit of extra fun to add to our bottles. More Idea-ology elements. We've got some bones from Boneyard. I have got some of the glittery twine. That's a older Idea-ology skew, and this is a beautiful sparkly black. And we've got a glittering spider. That will make a wonderful little addition. And we also have some of the beautiful faceted stars. I'm definitely thinking about making a starry potion, and these will be perfect. Next, for glitter, we have some dyed distress glitter. This was dyed with a little bit of glacier to make this beautiful blue. And this is a little bit of craft moss. That will be fun to make a more authentic looking gillyweed potion. Then more from Idea-ology, we've got some teeny tiny little labels that we can glue onto our bottles. Look at the detail of these. So fun, way more Halloween inspired. And then of course, it wouldn't be complete if we didn't have some Ranger products. For a bit of added texture, we've got some Crackle Paste Opaque. And of course, we've got some clear rock candy just in case we need to sparkle anything. And then we've got some delicious chunky distress mica flakes. All right. And of course, for a little bit of added magic, we have our own vintage inspired wand. Take a look at this and take a look at that. Yep, easy choice. So let's go ahead and make some fun potions. All right, so to start with, we're going to be pulling in the teeniest little bottle first. I'm just going to take that cork out of there. And this one, we are going to be adding some of this too. We're going to call this Tarantula Fuzz. So we're just going to take that and we're going to stuff that into the bottle. And yep, that's got a definitely hairy kind of look. So I think we only need about ½ an inch of that. We'll take our snips and cut a little bit of that off. Then we'll just poke that right into the bottle. Good. And I'll use the squeezers to poke that the rest of the way in. Excellent. So now we've got some Tarantula Fuzz. We'll cork that. And since we've got it, let's add some crackle paste to that. Now, once the crackle paste has dried, I'll be able to add some more grungy colors over the top. But right now, I just want to take a little dab of the crackle paste, and we're going to use this to seal up the bottle. And it's going to get a really good vintagey look going here. All right, just spreading that all over. Wanting to get that all the way around. That's going to look great. Okay. Just getting that around the mouth of the bottle and a little bit onto the cork itself. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and set this aside, let it dry, and then we can continue to alter it after we've got some crackle going. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and open this other teeny tiny bottle. This one is going to contain some spider's cobwebs. And for that, all we need is a piece of the mummy cloth. This is more Idea-ology Halloween, and we are just going to shred this. Just pulling that apart, getting more of a cobwebby look. Then we can just poke that right in there, and we'll have another fun themed potion. All right, getting the squeezers, just taking that and poking that in. There we go. Oh, a little bit more. Okay, not bad. We've got some spider's cobwebs. Cool. And we'll get the cork, pop that in. Very fun. Let's see, I want to add a label next. So I'm going to go with this teeny tiny label. There we go. A little bit of collage medium. Just putting a little bit of that on the back. There we go. And we'll stick that right onto our bottle. Definitely more vintagey looking. I like it. And of course, I want to add a bit of crackle paste. The crackle paste is really going to give this a more creepy, authentic vintage vibe, because most of those old bottles are going to have all sorts of smush on them and just kind of, they want to look grungy and a little bit on the yuck side. So let's just keep adding a bit more crackle paste to that. Okay, ooh, like that. That's good. All right. Pretty happy with that. So we'll set this one aside. Next, let's move on to the gillyweed potion. That one's going to be a pretty easy one. We've got our craft moss. We've got our really cool apothecary bottle. Just going to take that and I'm just going to stuff that right in here. Perfect. And let's see. I think I want the round sticker. That's going to be looking good. And so we'll take some collage medium, scribble that right on, and stick that onto our bottle. So I'm just going to hold this for a moment or two and let that set. While I do that, we can also poke our cork back in. Now for the gillyweed, I think it would be really fun to add some shine to this. And we're going to be doing that with a dash of foundry wax. I'm hoping that this is going to kind of look like a wax seal. So while I'm holding this, we're going to give our foundry wax a really, really good shake and make sure that everything inside it is mixed up. There we go. Now I can hear the mixing bowl. So just want to make sure that's shaken up really well. Gotta make sure everything's fully incorporated. Good. All right, label seems to be all right. Now, onto the media mat, we're just going to add some drops of the foundry wax. That should be good. Now let's go ahead and take a paintbrush and we're just going to paint this right on to the bottle and the cork. If I'm lucky, it's going to get a really good buildup and it's going to kind of look like a golden waxy seal. That's just what I'm going for right now. Okay, a little bit more. There we go. Don't want to be neat with this, kind of want it drippy, kind of messy. There we go. I am liking this potion's look already. All right, a little bit more here. That's good. Okay, we're going to kick this on to fast forward for just a moment as we heat this and see what sort of golden glow we can achieve. Okay, let's take a closer look at that now that we've heated up the foundry wax. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely liking that. Now, I think I do want to add a bit of this jute twine around it. So we're just going to take that and we're going to wrap it. There we go. I like that quite a bit. So next we're just going to snip that off and I'll use a dash of collage medium to hold that in place. Okay, that's good. Let's get the collage medium, push that right there, and good. Now let's get that other piece wrapped around. I'm just going to kind of hold that while it sets up a little bit. Good. And a little bit more collage medium. There we go. Smush that in. Just going to hold that a little bit while it kind of sets up. There we go. I like that. That is looking nice and grungy. And that gold on top just adds a nice finishing touch. All right, let's set that off to the side. We'll let that finish drying. And now on to the next potion. So next I want to do something with a bit of bone dust and bone chunks. That should be fun. So first things first, we have got a couple of graveyard bones. Let's go ahead and just try to cut those up. I think I'm going to need some pliers. I've got some jewelry cutters for that. These are kind of hard resin pieces. Just going to hold that over the jar and snip. There we go. And we'll take the other pieces and just cut that. There we go. We'll put those right into the jar. And we'll cut this one up too. And then we will add some mica pieces. All right. There we go. We've got our bone chunks. Very good. Now for some mica. And I'm just going to scoop. There. Just going to dump more of that in. Yeah, that definitely looks like bone fragments. Cool. And we'll put the other fragments in. Ooh, definitely like that. That's looking very cool. All right, a little bit more mica. Good. So we've got some bone dust and bone chunks. That is very cool. Okay, and we'll just close that back up. And we'll put a cork on here. And again, I definitely want to add some of that crackle paste. I think once that gets good and grungy, we're going to have a really good look going with that. Okay, and you know what? We're just going to actually put that in here and just kind of dunk. All right. Okay, so that should be pretty good. We've got our bone, dust, and fragments in here. So I'm going to set that aside and let the crackle do its thing. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and start constructing our last potion. The last one that we're going to be creating is going to be Stardust. So for Stardust, I wanted to take some of these beautiful little stars and adhese them to the interior of the bottle. So we're going to be trying to use the squeezers and a little bit of glossy accents to adhese these beautiful stars. So this might take a little bit of time and just a little bit of patience because the glossy accents will need some time to set. All right, just getting that, hopefully getting that star in. Oh, okay, that's gonna be too big. That's okay, let's use the smaller ones. Okay. So we're going to take this, put that on here, take the squeezers, I hope, and we're going to stick that into the bottle. Good. Just like that. I'm going to set the bottle kind of like this, and we're going to add a bit of the glossy accents to 2 more stars. Taking the squeezers. Good. I think this is going to work. I can just take the squeezers and kind of gently move that. There. I like that. And one more. We're going to try to get the itty bitty baby star in next. Good. All right. We'll take that. Ooh. It's so tiny. All right, and we'll put this star right here. Good. So we're going to give that a minute or two to set, and then we'll be back to add the glitter and some more of the mica powder. But while we wait for that to set, let's go ahead and come back over here and see how some of that crackle is doing. Starting to get nice and crackly, but that still needs a little bit more time. While we wait though, I think I will add a spider to this little jar. So we're just going to take a little bit of collage medium and I want to add that directly on top of the jar. And this is one of the cute little spiders from Adornments, and all I did was alter him with a bit of Nightfall glitter and glossy accents. So we're just going to place the spider right on top. Okay, so we should be back in about 20 minutes, and that should give our crackle paste enough time to finish crackling and our glossy accents to finish drying. Ooh, and here we go. We have our jar of stars, and that's all nicely dried. We used some glossy accent on those stars, and that is perfect. So now I want to add some distressed glitter and some mica flakes into this jar to make a stardust potion. And to do that, we're going to take a little scoop and just pour in the glitter. Now this is glitter. It doesn't float, it doesn't stick. It is simply gorgeous. And we can just pour that right in. So much better. All right. Now I also want to add in some mica flakes. Just take that. I don't need a big scoop, but about that should be good. And we'll add that in. There we go. Just kind of want like a little layer in there. All right. Ooh, that is pretty. And I think I'll finish the rest of that off with more of the distress glitter. Okay, so just moving this, getting another scoop, and adding it in. Yep, one more medium-ish scoop should be good. Oh, glitter that behaves. That is 100% worth it, having a good glitter. All right, now let's go ahead and we'll put a cork in this. That's good, and I just want to give that a little shake. Now that is a pretty cool potion. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll set off our glitter to the side along with the mica flakes, and we can do finishing touches to the rest of our potion bottles. Now for this one, I'm just going to be adding a label to it and a dash of silvery foundry wax on top. So we're just going to take a bit of collage medium and put that right onto our label for the bottle. And let's go ahead and put that right here. All right, so I'm just going to hold that in place for a little bit while I shake up. Let's go ahead and add a little bit to the media mat. Ooh, that's a little bit chunky today. Okay, could be the temperature. And either way, it will apply pretty well. All right, I'm hoping that's going to be enough. Now I just need to rub that right onto the cork and the bottle. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go in with my finger in the interest of time, but normally I'd rather apply this with a brush. But this is, for some reason, it's a bit thick today. That's okay, we'll make it work. So I'm just wiping this around the edges of the cork. I kind of want to get a drippy wax look. I'm kind of thinking I want to just apply it directly with the bottle. I'm just getting something very gloopy. That's okay. It's going to definitely give us more of a wax seal look, which is exactly what I'm going for. So that works out. All right, that should be good. And now I'm just going to grab an embossing gun and we're going to melt that down and see what we get. So let's go ahead and kick this part on fast forward. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, I like it. That turned out beautifully. That looks like a silver stopper. Definitely loving that. Okay, so we can set this one aside for the moment, and I want to come back to the ones that we added the crackle paste to. Now, for this, we need to change our camera angle because you can't appreciate that crackle unless we get a slightly better angle. And I think right here should be just right. Now, we're going to be altering the bottles that we added some crackle to earlier. Now, to really appreciate the crackle, I've changed the camera angle so that we have a better view of these. Now, with the white, it doesn't look so impressive, but we're going to be grunging that up with a little bit of Distress Paint Ground Espresso. So we're going to put a bit of that right onto the mat. And we're going to water that down just a little bit. And then I'm going to brush this on to the bottles. So I've got a collage brush here. And we're just gonna get a little bit of this. I want it pretty soupy. And we're just gonna brush it on. And I'm hoping that this is gonna give us that grungy look that I'm after. So just kind of dabbing. Ooh, yep, that is looking pretty good. All right, so just trying to make sure that I've got all that white covered with the paint. And it is perfectly normal for a bit of the crackle to come off because we don't have collage medium, which would help it stick better to the glass. Okay, so looks like we need a little bit more paint. It's probably a bit too much, but just gonna add some more water and mix that and add. Good. So just trying to get all those crackly bits nice and grungy. So I'm just kind of working my way around the bottle. Oh, that's going to be good. Just trying to get all of that on there. Okay, almost done. Okay, there, that's good. And one more bottle to go. This one doesn't have very much crackle on it, but we'll add what we can. A little bit under the spider. A little bit more on this side. Pretty good. Okay, so now I just want to do a little bit of cleaning off with my rag because we have paint in a few spots that we didn't really need it. So just kind of taking that in and dabbing it a little bit. That's pretty good. I'm definitely liking this. Yep, definitely nice and grungy. Okay, and the big bottle. So this one, definitely needing to dab that a bit. So here I'm just kind of patting it dry and getting the extra paint off the edges. Good. Ooh. This one turned out really well. I like that quite a bit. Very, very cool. And this one also is going to need a label. All right, so we're just going to wipe up the workspace and then we're going to add one last label. Okay, and a bit of collage medium. Spreading that on there, and we'll stick that label right here. And we'll hold that for a few seconds while that dries. I am very, very happy with the way the crackle paste took on that beautiful layer of walnut stain paint. That definitely adds to the grunginess of it. Very, very fun. Okay, oh, my label's getting a little crooked. Let's try to fix that. Just a little bit slippery, that's okay. All right. And that would complete our set of Tim Holtz inspired potion bottles using all Distress and Idea-ology products. Let's go ahead and bring back all of our potion bottles so we can do a little bit of comparison. Thank you for joining me here today for an adventure in potion making. To start, we dove into an Amazon potion making kit. And as you can see, there were a few limitations. For starters, the color options left much to be desired and our bottles were made out of plastic. But it was an experience, and this is what we came up with. And we crossed that potions kit with a whole bunch of wonderful Tim Holtz and Idea-ology products. As you can see, the results definitely more magical. Then, of course, we put together a collection of Tim Holtz vintage-inspired products to make these potion bottles over here. These combined a whole bunch of Ranger and Idea-ology Halloween products, and the results, definitely fun, very vintage, and, well, definitely more spooky. I hope that you enjoyed this fun Halloween adventure in crafty potion making. And until next time, happy crafting!